The Most Dangerous Game is an action horror movie made by the guys who created the original King Kong, Ernest B. Schitzak, and Marion C. Cooper. The original King Kong is one of my personal favorite films, and they used a lot of the same sets in King Kong in The Most Dangerous Game. Or vice versa, The Most Dangerous Game was made first.
This movie is an adaptation of a short story of the same name. In the first year of its release, it made $70,000 at the box office. If you want to watch it today, you can find it on the Criterion streaming service.
The Most Dangerous Game also has two actors that would appear in King Kong, Fay Wray and Robert Armstrong. The movie follows shipwrecked individuals being hunted by a crazed big game hunter who thinks that the most dangerous game is, of course, people. So he captures people by causing their boats to become shipwrecked by moving buoys that are signals for where coral reefs are. They sink, and then he takes the people who survive the shipwreck, releases them onto his island, and then hunts them. Problem is, for the crazy big game hunter that is that one of the ships he wrecks has another hunter on it, and somebody he actually admires. So it kind of becomes hunter versus hunter, along with Fay Wray being hunted as well. The movie only runs in an hour and 3 minutes, which you would think, oh cool, there's going to be a lot of hunting action, there's going to be a lot of suspense, but that really doesn't start until late in the movie. I do think that the beginning of the movie starts to drag a little bit. It's effective in building suspense, but I think it goes a little bit too far. They could have started the hunting, or at least started ramping up the tension between the characters a little bit earlier. There's a lot of sitting around drinking and discussing hunting and what it means to be a hunter and people's backstories. I think that could have been cut short. I do definitely think that Marion C. Cooper and Ernest B. Schitzak paced King Kong, their follow-up movie, significantly better than they paced The Most Dangerous Game, but it's not egregious or horrible or anything like that. It's just a little bit slow in the middle there, and then the ending really ramps up, and frankly, it's an exciting climax. Being made in the 1930s, I think it goes without saying that this movie's black and white. I always think it's a shame if people aren't willing to watch black and white movies. I love black and white cinematography. I think the landscapes of the island just look gorgeous, especially the bog where it's very foggy. I think the performances are really well done. Robert Armstrong's really funny. And Leslie Banks, who plays the villain Zaroff, gives a really creepy and demented performance.
And just to sing a little bit more praise for Leslie Banks' performance, this is his film debut. And if you're at all curious, there's also a colorized version of this movie. The similarities with King Kong continue. In this movie, they use some of the same screams that would be heard in King Kong.
The soundtrack by Max Steiner is fantastic, which is another similarity to King Kong. He did the soundtrack for that movie as well. They sound somewhat similar, but it doesn't bother me because he makes really great music. I think this is a really fun movie, and it's a short watch, so if you've got an hour to kill, I really do recommend The Most Dangerous Game. For my final rating, I'm going to give The Most Dangerous Game 7 heads in jars out of 10, and it gets a thumbs up from me.